At Hewlett-Packard Enterprise, we recognize the storage challenges users of high-performance computing technologies face every day. The amount of data these systems store and process has grown exponentially, especially in an era where classic modeling and simulation have been joined by methods of AI-like machine learning. Oftentimes, these processes are running simultaneously on the same supercomputer or HPC cluster in mission or business-critical workflows to drive innovation. Keeping up with this data growth creates a problem we like to call the storage monster. Luckily, Hewlett-Packard Enterprise recently introduced a new storage system designed to help HPC users tame this monster, the Cray ClusterStor E1000 storage system. Before we explain that, however, we first have to discuss the main ways the storage monster attacks systems of innovation that use legacy HPC storage. The monster relies on three main strategies to wreak havoc on the productivity of these systems. The first tactic in its arsenal is to drag down system performance. The monster sets up roadblocks throughout the system called input-output or I/O bottlenecks. These bottlenecks slow down time to innovation by forcing expensive CPU and GPU compute nodes to sit idle, waiting for their data. The next strategy the monster can employ is to eat away an organization's HPC budget. Deploying legacy storage architectures that have to keep up with modern HPC workloads is expensive. This pulls funds away from areas that could be better used elsewhere, like upgrading the CPU or GPU nodes. Lastly, since storage systems and compute nodes are typically made and supported by different companies, the storage monster can implement divisive tactics during the identification and resolution of system-wide performance issues. This often leads to infighting between the two camps, causing unnecessary finger-pointing. This means it's harder to isolate and resolve the root cause of an issue since there's not one throat to choke. The storage monster has been historically hard to defeat, but that doesn't mean it's impossible. Hewlett-Packard Enterprise has long had the leading HPC compute portfolio, and the acquisition of Cray has created new and unique capabilities. This produced the Cray ClusterStor E1000, a revolutionary new storage solution in the fight against the storage monster. A unique combination of three key differentiating factors puts the Cray ClusterStor E1000 storage system in a unique position to defeat the HPC storage monster. First, the Cray ClusterStor E1000 can rip through any roadblocks the storage monster sets up. Unlike other storage systems, the Cray ClusterStor E1000 is built on a zero-bottleneck PCIe Gen 4 system architecture. This leverages PCIe Gen 4 CPUs, PCIe Gen 4 NVMe solid-state drives, and modern networks that deliver speeds up to 200 gigabits per second. Say goodbye to performance bottlenecks. Second, the Cray ClusterStor E1000 does not charge a file system license per storage drive or per terabyte storage capacity deployed. It enables HPC users to enjoy the benefits of open-source file systems, while also receiving enterprise-grade software support from HPE's Lustre development team. And third, Hewlett-Packard Enterprise now can unite the full HPC infrastructure stack under the same banner. This brings together the best of breed of HPE products on every layer: cluster management software, CPU and GPU accelerated compute nodes, and HPC storage, all from Hewlett-Packard Enterprise. This unification means the customers only have one throat to choke when it comes to support for their end-to-end HPC infrastructure stack. This typically leads to faster problem resolution and faster time to innovation. This combination is so compelling that all exascale leadership sites of the U.S. Department of Energy have selected Cray ClusterStor E1000 as their external parallel file system. But the Cray ClusterStor E1000 was not only meant for these large supercomputing leadership sites. Users can start with as little as 1/5 of a data center rack and expand as needed without architectural limitations. Your compute nodes just need to support modern 200 gigabit per second networks, like InfiniBand, Gigabit Ethernet, or HPE Slingshot. With the Cray ClusterStor E1000, Hewlett-Packard Enterprise now offers best-of-breed technologies on every layer of the stack. For many customers, current PCIe Gen 3 HPC infrastructures are reaching the end of their useful lives. Find out how you can defeat the storage monster and deploy the Cray ClusterStor E1000 storage system with your next-generation compute system. Visit hpe.com/info/hpc-storage today.